You know that feeling, right? You meet someone and before they even open their mouth, you get a vibe, a gut instinct about them. Well, today we're going to pull that feeling apart and see what it's made of. We're diving into the silent architecture, all the unspoken signals that build our professional image.
So let me ask you this, and just kind of keep it in the back of your mind as we go. What message are you sending out right now? Seriously, your presence is broadcasting something 24/7, and learning how to shape that broadcast, that's a professional superpower.
All right, let's jump right in. We're going to break down what you could call the silent language of success. And this has nothing to do with what you say. It's all about how you show up, and believe me, it has a massive impact on everything you do.
So what is this thing we're actually talking about?
Well, it's called professional presence. And really, just think of it as a recipe with three main ingredients. First, all your nonverbal cues. Second, your poise. That's your composure, how you handle yourself. And third, your deportment, basically the way you walk, stand, and carry yourself. You mix those three together, and that's the image you project. It often shapes how people see you before you've even had a chance to speak.
Okay, so where does it all start? Well, it begins with the most expressive part of you, your face. Your face is basically the billboard where you advertise your first impression, so we gotta make it a good one. Let's start with maybe the simplest but most powerful tool you have, the smile. A real, genuine smile is like a universal welcome mat. It instantly tells people you're confident and you're open. It actually creates a positive chemical reaction in the other person's brain, making them feel good about you right off the bat. It's incredible.
And next up, we have the eyes. Look, eye contact is absolutely critical for building trust. When you actually meet someone's gaze, you're sending a super clear signal that says, I'm here, I'm listening, you have my attention. It's one of the fastest ways to forge a connection and for people to see you as someone who's credible.
And of course, there's your tone of voice. Now, yeah, you hear it, but it's really a nonverbal cue. It's the music playing behind your words. A nice, warm, steady tone can make you sound incredibly competent. But, a shaky or a really high-pitched tone can completely sink your message, no matter how great your words are. It just screams a lack of confidence.
All right, so we've covered the face. Now let's zoom out and look at the whole body. Because your posture, your gestures, they're having a completely separate conversation. And sometimes that conversation is a lot louder than the one coming out of your mouth.
And this just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got that open posture. Shoulders are back, arms are relaxed at your sides. That just radiates confidence and says, hey, I'm open to what you have to say. But then look at the other side. Arms crossed, shoulders hunched. That's like putting up a wall. It's almost always read as defensive or maybe even uninterested. It's such a simple shift with a huge, huge payoff.
And our hands are always talking. When you use purposeful gestures, it helps emphasize your points, makes you look more dynamic, more convincing. But on the flip side, all that fidgeting, tapping your pen, playing with your hair, that stuff just broadcasts anxiety and totally distracts from what you're saying. And then there's touch. Think about a handshake. A study actually found that a good, firm handshake was a better predictor of getting a job offer than even the candidate's qualifications. I mean, how crazy is that?
So we've talked about the face and the body when you're more or less still, but our presence isn't static, right? We're always moving. It's about how we move through a space and how we own that space. This is really poise in action.
Just think about walking into a meeting room. You can broadcast confidence before anyone even knows your name. It's as simple as this. Stand tall, head up. Keep your shoulders back, but relaxed, and walk with a steady pace that says, I know where I'm going. It's not about rushing. It's about moving with intention. People just instinctively see that as leadership.
And this same idea applies when you're not moving. When you're standing, just distributing your weight evenly projects a sense of calm and stability. And when you're sitting in a meeting, sit upright. Not stiff as a board, but alert. It shows you're engaged. Slouching, well, slouching sends the exact opposite message, that you're bored or you just don't respect what's being said.
And finally, let's talk about the space between us. This is a big one. Keeping the right amount of physical distance, it's actually called proxemics, is a huge sign of professional intelligence. Get too close and you can seem aggressive. Stand too far away and you might seem cold or distant. Finding that sweet spot is the key to making other people feel comfortable around you. So, here it is, the most important takeaway of all. None of this is set in stone. This isn't about who you are, it's about what you do. These are all skills you can learn, you can practice, and you can master. You get to be the architect of your own professional presence.
So to wrap it all up, your presence is built on these three major pillars: You've got your face, that's your center for connection. You've got your body, the foundation for how confident you appear. And then you have motion and space, how you move through the world with purpose. Getting a handle on these is how you build that powerful, silent architecture.
So in the end, it all comes back to you. You are in complete control of the message you're sending without words. You have the tools, you have the blueprints, so the only real question is, how are you going to build your silent architecture?